Hi, I'm Bob Ryan. This is Globe 10.0. With me today is Chad Finn. Well, the Celtics got the brooms out, got the job done in New York. They're the first one of the powers, how about that, of the mighty powers of the NBA. The first team to go home and put their feet up on the hassock. What do we take from all this, though? Do you think that this means they actually have their playoff mojo back, or what?
Well, I think we both know if they had still had Perk, they would have won in 3. That's the first obvious thing.
Yeah, that's true. That's an evident, self-evident.
I think you have to start with a point guard, right?
Yeah, well, yet the point guard makes the offense go. The cause and effect. If there's any doubts, you know, they've been erased by the way the team has played with him playing as well as he is right now.
Yeah, that's one of those stat lines, the 15, 20, and 11, you just stare at and think what a masterpiece it is and try to figure out what other point guard might be able to do this. I thought Jason Kidd, he never did that, but it's like Fat Lever, Magic,
Lever,
Rod Strickland.
To whom he's most really comparable due to body size and the rebounding aspect of it all.
Yeah.
You know, that's the guy you compare. Okay, here's the thing, though. The Knicks, I thought, guarded and tried really to play NBA defense in games 1 and 2 in Boston, and didn't get the result that they wanted, but they played good defense. They got back to New York, and they were the disgraceful selves. They lived up to every Mike D'Antoni stereotype with no hands in the face. Could it have been any easier for the Celtics to run an offense than it was in those 2 games in New York?
It was like a scrimmage on offense for them.
So that's why I think we have to put an asterisk on the entire thing as to whether or not they're really back or whether how good they really are based on what we saw against New York.
Especially with the injuries, too, the Knicks had with Billups and Stoudemire. And Anthony plays defense on the road. I guess that's what it is.
No, and there's no explanation for this except that Mike D'Antoni doesn't put an emphasis on it, but they really did play it in Boston. This is a mystery for them to solve. But the point is for the Celtics, the positives that come out, Rondo would be number 1. And finally in Game 4, and if they're going nowhere unless this happens with frequency, the bench. Because they won despite the bench in Games 1, 2, and 3, but they won because of the bench in Game 4, and that must continue.
Yeah, I think we're both on the same page here, too, with Jeff Green, that we both think he's going to contribute something before this is over.
Obviously, Baby was the catalyst for the bench yesterday, and Baby has to be back to that, Baby. But Chad is so right with Jeff Green. He has the skills. He is a nice, polite young man, which is part of the problem, I think, for him and with these guys. But he needs to get encouraged to show his full versatility, which he has. So they get through the Knicks. They sit home. They watch the other guys struggle a little bit and get ready for the Armageddon of Miami starting next weekend.